Hello everyone, my name is Dark and we are playing some Ark Mobile. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how to level up so fast you'll be over level 50 in less than 15 minutes. And this is only part 1 in the 3-part series. The goal by the end is to get to level 97 in only a couple of hours or less of actual gameplay. If you guys want to see how to get that high in level, then please hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the future videos. And if you do enjoy the video, don't forget to smash that like button. Alright guys, so as you can see, this character is at level 1. I already have a bit of XP, 150, which is I think like a couple levels. That's just from pretty much standing here and taking a couple different recordings trying to get this beginning put together. But the first step in getting this leveling up process going is to get some amber. Now I am fortunate enough to have Primal Pass, so I get that 25 amber from the monthly pass loot. If you don't have Primal Pass, that just means that you're going to have to watch more of the ads to collect the amber. The goal here before we can actually really get started is we got to get the 35 amber. The way we do that is we just watch ads. Now the reason we need the amber, guys, is to purchase Intense Focus. Now this part 1 of this leveling series, you don't actually need Intense Focus. You don't have to do it with Intense Focus, but you won't level up as high if you don't get it. So for the sake of trying to show you guys how easy it is to do, we're going to go ahead and get Intense Focus. We're going to check in every 15 minutes on the game, watch an ad, because that's the time limit. Literally just log in every 15 minutes, watch an ad, boom, more amber. That's what we got to do till we get to above 35. Let's do this right now. Alright, so there's 3 more amber. We just need a few more ads to watch, and while we're doing this, let's go ahead and get a sweet new hairdo. Boom! There's the mohawk. So awesome. Let's do this. Alright guys, so we finally have over 35 amber. We actually have a little bit extra so we can get Intense Focus. I've already went ahead and leveled myself up with the XP that I already had, so it put me up to level 8. But the first step in this approach after we get Intense Focus is to just go enter the lava cave. Now, while you're collecting amber, don't enter lava cave or any caves, because those automatically give you XP, but with Intense Focus, that'll bump us over level 10 easy, no problem. That's the biggest thing with note runs, is before you can do a note run, you have to get to level 10. That in and of itself usually takes 5 or 10 minutes. But if you save up the amber just by logging in occasionally and watching ads, you get Intense Focus, you run in the cave, and look, we just got about 1500 XP from entering that cave, and now we're already level 16. That's nuts. Yep, I just crashed. That's kind of funny. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Entering any of the caves will automatically get you 250 XP, so because we have 6 times, because we have Primal Pass for double, plus the Intense Focus for 6, that's 6 times 250, that's 1500 XP just for entering the cave. Now if I didn't have Intense Focus, I'd get 500 because of my Primal Pass, and I could just go around and do one of the pursuits, the first structure pursuit. I don't even remember what it's called. But you do that pursuit and then you just make some boxes or whatnot, but as soon as you get 1000 XP or level 10, then you can do a note run. Which brings us to the next step in this leveling process is we need to do the note run. So as you can see, I'm already running up to the first note location. Most note runs that you watch online are going to be pretty long. This one will be short. Alright, well hopefully that crash will be the last time that happens. Luckily it didn't interrupt me. Anyways though, this specific note run, we're only going to do, I think it's like 7 total notes. If you watch any other note run online, they usually just go like note to note to note to note to note. And honestly, we would have to do that if we were going to try to get to level 70 or something, over the course of an hour by doing a long extended note run. That's not the goal for this. Remember, this is 3 parts. The first part is getting Intense Focus, doing this short note run, and we're also going to be doing one more thing that you're going to see at the end of this video that is key to getting up to over level 50 in less than 15 minutes. And you guys are going to love it. It's really not that hard either. You'll be like, oh, I never thought of that. And some you'll be like, I do that all the time. And hey, good for you. If you got any other suggestions, leave me a comment. Anyways though, that was the first note. As you can see, it was right up the mountain, right up the cliff from the lava cave entrance. And essentially we're just going to follow a path that is west of the lava cave, to the left of the lava cave. We won't have to respawn at all. The only time we're going to have to respawn is for the very last step, which again, stay till the end so you don't miss that, because again, that is very key. Anyways, we're going to be crossing this river down here, so when you get up to that first note location, go down towards the left hand side, go down to the river here. We're going to cross the river, and on the other side there's going to be 5 or 6 notes that are spaced out over that little mountain over there. Now if you are following along, guys, make sure you just follow the path that I take. I'm not going to pause each note and try to show you the location on the map, because the whole point of this is to do it fast. We do have an hour with the intense focus. We're not going to use the whole hour for this part 1. And now technically you could actually do some sections of part 2 within the first hour of this first intense focus if you're really good at the game and really good at the caves and all the different aspects of the game. If you're really good at it, you could potentially do a section of the part 2 part of this series within this first intense focus, because eventually once we complete this part 1, you know, we're gonna have to go and save up Amber again for another intense focus, as well as a couple other things that I'll tell you guys in part 2. But that's the whole point of this, is we're gonna do this in 3 different steps. By the end, it's about a couple hours at most of gameplay for leveling up that you're spending. All the rest of your time in game is spent scouting the map, harvesting resources, you know, stuff like that. You know, this isn't a sit down in an hour and get to level 97, because you just don't do that. You know, you got to get the Amber first, unless you want to spend the money. I mean, if you spend money on the Amber, yeah, you could do that. By the way, here's the second note, I should say. Yeah, I mean, if you want to spend the money on the Amber, you can do all of this within an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours at most. Most people don't want to spend money on the game, which is totally fine. So essentially, you know, you have to kind of break it up into parts that make the most sense and create the least amount of possibility of errors. Because as soon as you make an error, that's, you know, you're just going to waste the intense focus and then have a setback. So, you know, just want to make sure you do everything right, take your time, you know, get through it. So we are almost to the next note. And to be honest, I don't actually do these note runs in this leveling all that often, because I usually use the same leveled characters that I have. But I have learned this route, you know, for these notes, and I've also learned some specific things you can do to exaggerate the process and make it, you know, better overall. Because that's really, leveling up in the early levels is easy, but it's the later levels that can become a bit of a grind. And so if you can learn kind of when to do certain things, you know, and do them in an order that is the most efficient, you know, that's the best thing to do. Because you'll find that when you are finally level 97, by the way, that's another note there if you didn't catch that. But you'll find that when you are level 97, it's really, really time consuming to get to level 98, and then 99, and then even 100 if you actually want to go that high. 99 is usually what people shoot for long term because of the rocket turrets. But yeah, once you get to level 97, getting those final couple levels just takes a long time. The easiest way to do it is 2 ways. You either run the hard ice cave and you have to get really good gear, good armor, a good sword, or a good pike, and then just kill everything you see with no mount. Or you kill titans. Whenever you do that though, you want to go get a note. And if you go and do a note run to get to level 70 or something like that, and you go get 50 notes around the island, that's 50 notes you could have used for your later levels when you're killing titans. You know, and that's, you don't think that's much because it's only double XP, but when you combine it on a weekend where it's already an extra, you know, mark of XP where Primal gets 3 times and regular gets double, you know, then you factor in that Explorer note, you factor in the intense focus. Here's another note. Make sure you guys are following my path, by the way, because, you know, you're going to want to follow the path to figure out where I'm going for each of these notes, and we're almost done, to be honest, because we're not going to get that many notes. But yeah, so what I was saying is the notes do add up at later levels, especially during those high XP weekends. They're called Survivor weekends, something like that. You know, you factor in intense focus, factor in broth of enlightenment. That's a, you know, an XP boost soup. That stuff adds up. It ends up not being double. It ends up being like 12 times in addition. There's another note, by the way. Just got it. So you want to save as many Explorer notes as you can is basically what I'm getting at. So if you can actually take the time to just watch the ads and get the Amber, then you can level up that much quicker in these early stages and not have to use nearly as many notes. So we are coming up now on the last note that we're going to get before we go to this final step in part 1. It's somewhere over here. There it is. Alright, so now that we've got this final note, actually my character's hungry. I need to eat some food, go get some water first. Here we go. But anyways, now that we've got the final note, the next step is to go to the Cave of the South, the Hunter Cave artifact, So we're going to run it naked with the intense focus with an explorer node. And just for reference, by the way, guys, this is where we ended up. It was barely a node run. We got like 7 nodes in there, super quick. But we're going to go to the cave. You can die here, just go drown yourself, jump off the cliff, and respawn over near Stonehenge area, and it's an easy walk over there. I'm going to run over there to save myself that explorer node. Before we jump over there though, I'm going to show you guys where that explorer node is to get before the cave. Alright, so this is what's called the Stonehenge area. It's in the far south, right in the middle of the map, in the far south next to the ocean. This node is probably the most well-known one. There's like 2 or 3 over in this area. This one's really obvious because there's these pillars here. Super easy to spot when you run up to it. But this is the node you want to get. If you're going to kill yourself after doing the short node run and you spawn over here, you want to come get this node before you go to Hunter Cave. The reason is because as long as we have the node and the intense focus, we're going to be in 12 times that 250 XP we get for entering the cave. And at this level still, that matters. Alright guys, so I went ahead and ran over here directly from the node run. I just have a little bit left on my explorer node, so I want to make sure I enter this cave before it runs out. So I get the 12 times the 250 base XP for entering the cave, not for running the cave, it's for entering the cave. Let me just refill the stamina, eat a little bit of food, and now let's go in before I run out of that node. There we go. So before even doing the cave, we're already level 45, and that's honestly pretty decent considering we only got 7 or 8 nodes. I mean, we didn't get that many nodes. And FYI guys, if you do this without intense focus, you'll probably end up somewhere around level 35. So it's not a huge difference, but saving up for that intense focus does make a difference. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this cave. The first part is just running down the entrance. Make sure you put stim berries in your hotbar. Stim berries in your hotbar. Everything down here applies torpor. They're going to try to knock you out. Make sure you have the stim berries. And just to clarify guys, you're going to want to get intense focus if you're going to do this cave or any of the caves. So if you're just doing the node runs, you don't need the intense focus. You won't end up as high of a level. But if you're going to do the caves, especially this cave, get intense focus. It's much more worth it. So when you get to this first fork in the road, go left. This cave's super easy. You can run it naked, just need a little stim berries. This is where the creatures start spawning. Just run through them, run to the left, jump off this cliff. There's going to be some spiders, snakes, everything like that. Just try to jump over them. Ooh, almost got hit there. Here's the artifact. You have to crouch here. It automatically crouches you though. Quickly run to the artifact, grab it, go. Run to the right. You're going to run this way. It's going to auto crouch you again. Okay, just run this way. Keep turning to the right, and then out here, same thing. You're going to want to run up and to the right. Don't stop. Don't stop and look around, guys. Just keep running. As soon as one of those Titan Boa, if one of those spiders web you, it's going to slow you down. They're going to knock you out. Just try to keep running. If you do die, it's okay, because we're going to get the explorer node before we leave the cave with the artifact to get that bonus XP. And there is the exit. If you guys need to watch this again through, watch it again through. Now this is the fork in the road. So if we go up, we'll be exiting, but we need an explorer node. So we're going to run down this way. This is to the right at the fork when you're entering. Instead of the left, we're going to run to the right. Alright guys, and remember, it's okay if you die. If you haven't done this cave many times before, you very well may die on your first, and even your second, and even your third time. And when you're running down, you make sure you jump, guys. Yeah, you may actually die, and it's okay if you do die. It's not a super easy thing to do. There we go, got the note. It's not easy to do if you haven't done it before, so. And just like that, even when you've done it and stuff. So I actually just got stuck here, and I need to start eating these. Oh jeez, I'm lagging. Alright, just try to spam the stim berries. It's okay if I get dehydrated. The goal is just to be able to not be knocked out where they're killing me. Alright, come on. There we go. Now we need to get back up. Here we go. Come on, keep going. Alright, and we should be safe now. Now we just need to exit the cave. We've got the note. We've got the artifact. As soon as we exit, we're going to get all of the XP, and then we'll be good to go. Make sure you watch your torpor, eat the stim berries. We've got the note, we'll be good. And again, if you die, it's okay. You just do it again. Go get the artifact again. You saw how simple it is. It's not impossible to die. It's very likely. Oh, shoot. Well, this will be funny. And see, because I'm dehydrated and I spam so many stim berries, I also am knocked out. But like I said, it's not a big deal. So there's other notes in the cave. Worst case scenario, let's say I actually got the artifact 3 different times safely, and then when it got notes 3 different times, but then died on the way back to the exit of the cave, it'd be okay. I can always get a note before entering the cave again. It just takes more time, but if you're going to do it quickly, you got to get it right the first time, obviously. And it looks like, actually, I might wake up before I die. Yeah, you know what? I'll be fine, because I'll wake up before I die. I run out. Even if I die outside, I don't care. What matters is that I exit the cave with the note and the intense focus for 12 times XP on the artifact. Okay, watch how much XP I'm going to get from this, guys. It's insane. And we are out. There we go, and perfect. It's raining. Won't be thirsty anymore, that's good. Alright, let's go ahead and stand right here. Check out how much experience we got. We got about 5,000 or 6,000 just from that one run. That's another 6 levels. That puts us at level 51. Now the movement speed is 170. I'm going to start leveling weight and maybe some HP as well when I level up more. But as you can see, we got to level 51, and it's only been 15 minutes. Like, we're level 51 in 15 minutes. I mean, it's crazy. It really is. 15 minutes, level 51 is very fast. Anyways though, now it's time for part 2. If you're watching this video as it comes out or within a week or 2 of it coming out, then I should have that video up about a week or 2 after you've seen this. If you're watching this though in the future, if it's been over a couple of weeks since this video's come out, check the playlist, check my channel. There should be part 2 and part 3 on there. Now I don't want to give away any surprises, but I do want to tell you what to do in preparation for part 2. Number 1, start watching more ads. We need to get more amber collected for another intense focus as well as thick skin. That's 50 amber total. The rest of what we're going to need, we technically don't need the amber for, but it is never a bad idea to collect even more amber if you can. If you can get more amber than 50, if you can get 80 or 100 just by watching ads every now and then, not a bad idea, go for it. But we are going to need a minimum of 50 amber to start collecting it. Also, we're going to need some basic resources. We're going to need some metal because we're going to need to make a single crossbow and a few grapples. You're going to need that. You're also going to want to consider taming a wolf. It's not a bad idea. It'll help you in the long run. It'll also help us for part 2. So make sure you start on that while you're watching the amber ads. Anyways though, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it did help you out at all, please hit that like button. Let's get to 200 likes. Leave a comment if you'd like. Subscribe if you haven't already. It would help me out a lot. Also, please consider following me on Twitch. I stream weekly on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My name is Dark, and I will see you next time.